Hello guys, the first day of the league has officially ended and we've made so many advancements. If you saw my last video, you know that I was gonna run heist right after finishing the campaign, and this is what I've been doing. And as you can see, I already have a starting kit from the money that I made from heist. I bought this helmet, which gives me basically some raw stats. It gives me attributes, gives me chaos resistance, and a decent amount of armor and energy shield. I also bought this unique armor, which is really good for my build because it makes me scale my energy shield based on my strength. And right now I have a decent amount of strength. I'm gonna be swapping these rings here for rings with flat strength and probably intelligence, since intelligence also scales our energy shield. And we're running energy blade, of course. This is the whole point of the build. And as you can see, it has a lot of flat damage already. Also, I bought these gloves, which serve as a simulated 5-link since they have the implicit faster casting. So I'm putting my base ability, which is Blazing Salvo right now, on these gloves to get a 5-link without actually having a 5-link. I also bought these boots, which aren't really special. They just have decent defenses and 30% movement speed. My rings, my amulet, and my shield are all from the campaign. I haven't changed them. I wanted to buy a shield, a unique shield, but it was kind of expensive. I guess there's not that many right now in the market, so I didn't go for it. I'm gonna wait till tomorrow to buy it, hoping that it's gonna go down in price. But talking about my skills, I'm using Blazing Salvo, and this is how it looks already. And it gets even better if we take into account fanaticism. So whenever we start attacking, in this case with shield charge, we start stacking fanaticism. Whenever we have this buff here, I'm gonna charge it again, we get a lot of casting speed. And we start shooting a bunch of blazing salvos. And of course, this comes from our ascendancy, which is Inquisitor. I already have my third ascendancy. I have Instruments of Virtue, Instruments of Seal, and Augury of Penitence. This is the core of the build. Instruments of Virtue, since it gives us Battle Mage, which adds our flat damage from our weapon to our spell damage. And since we're running Energy Blade, we have a lot of flat damage. I'm going to show you the difference between my damage with Energy Blade and without Energy Blade. Right now with Energy Blade I have 14,000 DPS, and without I have 7,000. This literally doubles my damage. Also, with Fanaticism, as you can see, I have 14,000 damage, and with Fanaticism, whenever it charges, we go all the way to 25,000 damage. So this is close to another doubling in damage. And then this ascendancy is kind of a filler ascendancy. We don't really need this one, but right now there's nothing else that we can pick. We don't have the stats for this one, and this is basically useless for us. So I'm just picking this. It gives us extra damage, and it makes us slightly more tanky. But we're gonna be changing it once we start swapping into more attribute scaling for this and then for this. On the topic of the tree, this is how it looks. We're stacking life, fire damage, and in this case armor, since our body armor gives us armor. We're gonna be dropping a couple of these once we swap into Ivory Tower. But for now, these are the main scalings with a little bit of elemental damage here and here. And these are really important nodes since they give us both life and energy shield at the same time, which is exactly what we're scaling. So our main gameplay right now is just running around the map, spamming shield charge, and whenever we find a pack of enemies, we just start blasting with Blazing Salvo, we destroy them, and we keep running with this and teleporting with Frostblink. When it comes to the new mechanic, these grafts that you can put on your back, I picked this up on the campaign and I haven't really changed it. I don't think it works anymore. It says it's level 5, so I don't think it's doing a lot for me. But I think it gives me like a shield whenever I lose life, and then it shoots some projectiles or something. I have no idea. I have to look that up. But yeah, don't really take this as an example because I have no idea what this does. I hope by tomorrow I understand a little bit more and I have found one that works really well with our build, but I guess this just makes us slightly more tankier, and I still have to change these rings, I still have to get an Astra Mantis, and the shield, and this is also kinda weak. It's just a little bit of maximum energy shield and life, so I'm gonna have to change it for eventually a percentage attributes build, but that's gonna come a bit later since those are really expensive. I also haven't really mapped a lot. I just barely touched a couple maps since I've been doing heist most of the time. But it's paid off really well since with this I can probably just go all the way to red maps without really having to do any kind of change or upgrade, because these items are really strong. And I hope to be swapping to Ivory Tower on day 3 or day 4, depending on the prices of items right now. The Brutal Restraint Jewel is at 2 divines, if I'm not mistaken, which is kind of expensive right now. So I'm gonna be farming probably Ritual. That is my main plan for the next couple days, farming Ritual and then swapping into a stack deck farm, keeping my Ritual, and maybe doing essences later on in the league before they go down in price, since I also need a lot of essences to craft my rings, since they're very straightforward crafts, but they're very essence hungry, so I'll see if I can self farm those. But for now, I still have to skill my Atlas tree to even be able to farm anything. So this is what I'm going to be doing tomorrow. I'm going to be hoping to hit red maps and maybe start farming Ritual and stuff like that. So for today, that's it. I'm gonna leave you with a little bit of gameplay, and if you liked it, please subscribe. I'm gonna be updating this build for the rest of the league until it's probably already endgame viable and all that stuff. So I hope you liked it, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.